So I ate way too much yesterday, and I'm planning on fasting all day. It's almost 1. I'm planning on fasting all day today until Tuesday morning. I just watched the most bizarre movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal. And you don't have to worry about me giving you, saying, well, here's a spoiler alert or whatnot. I don't understand the movie at all. So I think today at the library, I am going to, I rented this movie from Redbox. I'm going to see if anybody wrote any reviews that can shed even the tiniest bit of light on this movie that I don't. I hate movies that don't, in the end, tell you, you know, let you know what was up. Joe actually loves movies like that. He loves ambiguous movies, movies that don't spell things out. I don't mind if throughout the movie it doesn't spell things out, but I'm the type of person that in the end, I want to understand what was going on. I don't want to be left hanging. This is the most bizarre fucking movie. Apparently it was based on a book called The Double by Jose something or other. Is this movie meant to be like a metaphor? You know, I was thinking, is it some kind of metaphor like Metamorphosis that I read in college, in my writing class, one of my literature classes, that Kafka wrote Metamorphosis, whatever, I don't know. All I know is this movie's fucking bizarre. And it never, I mean, I was riveted, I was watching it, you know. I felt it was very, you know, well acted by Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, superbly acted, but because he played a dual role, but he played, it doesn't tell you in the end. I had no idea. I have not a clue. I'm going to tell my mom because she decided not to watch it. She didn't even give it a chance. She decided, I'm like, good thing you didn't watch this bizarre movie. At least I got it free. I used my credit from last Friday Redbox. My mom and I rented The Other Woman and it was all fucked up. So I got a credit for a free movie. Which isn't really free because I couldn't watch that movie, you know. I wanted watching it anyway. I rented it again the next day, but I forgot to use my credit. So, you know, my night, you know, was ruined. Mom and I didn't get to watch the movie. Our night was ruined. Somebody fucked up the movie. I called up and bitched, and they used to credit you, like refund your money and give you free credits for movies, but the woman on the phone told me so many of their movies, people are fucking them up. They're not, you know, they're scratching and whatnot, that if they did what they used to do, because I said, that's what you used to do, what happened? And I'm like, it's only happened one time before, but, you know, my night's ruined, and, you know, I plan on watching this movie with my mom, and they're like, yeah, we used to, you know, give free credits and refunds and all this crap for scratch movies, but it's happening so often that if we, you know, if we did that, we'd go out of business, so we had to stop doing it. That's alright. She's like, we'll never make you pay for a movie you can't watch. Yeah, but you're not compensating for my ruined evening. She's like, well, next time, you know, you can look at the movie right in the store, and if it looks scratched, you can call us, you know, you can immediately return it for another movie. And yeah, it's more trouble than it's worth, and it's dark in the store, you can't really tell, but, you know, I just take my chances. What a weird fucking movie. I want to know understand this movie at all. Not at all. Did I enjoy it without understanding it? Oh, it was weird. It kept my attention, but I want... You like closure, don't you, Laura? Joe, I've watched movies with Joe, and I've been like the same thing. I didn't understand what was going on to any degree whatsoever. And Joe loves movies like that. He loves movies like that. The famous director, what the hell's the famous director's name? Is famous for... Oh, David Lynch, yeah. He's famous for ambiguous movies. And Joe loves David Lynch, and I hate David Lynch, you know. I've watched those movies, and I hated them, so... I liked this movie more than I liked certain, David Lynch movies, Twin Peaks, or take your pick, Mulholland, any of them, and like any of them. Particularly that weird 3-hour one. Or the movie studio or something, I don't know. I hated them all. Just don't like them. I don't like David Lynch type movies, and, they're just too weird for me. I just don't enjoy them. But this movie, like I said, I enjoyed it for its own sake, but I still would like to know what was going on. So maybe somebody who read the book, The Double by Jose blah blah blah, whatever, maybe the book tells you a hell of a lot more than the movie. The movie leaves you hanging. Unless it just went over my head. I mean, I'm pretty smart, but, I know the beginning scene is supposed to set the stage, but it didn't. It doesn't tell you. It upsets me. If I could have known at the end what was going on, then I said, oh, an interesting movie. But since it just ends, and I have no idea what happened, or what's going on, I'm upset. But there's always Google tomorrow, and there's always Redbox reviews. I'm going to see what other people have to say. I rented this movie, when I rent movies online, remember it's Sunday, there's no library, but and I don't have a computer, since I don't have a home, I don't have a computer set up anymore. Computers and storage, but anyway, whenever I ever rent movies online, I will see how many stars they have, and a lot of times, sometimes I'll even go and read some reviews or whatnot. This one was just, I walked to the store today to get yogurt to make my mom and I one of those fruit shakes I used to make, but I'm using up the fruit we had from, before this fruit's from over a year ago, I think, because I used to make these shakes before I visited Joe on August the 13th, but it's okay, they're in the freezer, it's fine, frozen fruit, but I want to use it up, and I have bananas in there, because I've put bananas in my mom's fridge any time I noticed the bananas were going bad. Sometimes they were organic, sometimes they were regular, but they were going bad. I put them in the freezer, so, they would go to waste. But, so I want to walk to the store and get some frozen yogurt to make that shake. I want to get some candy, too, some organic candy. Newman's Organics dark chocolate peppermint are delicious, absolutely delicious. And then I got some organic gummy worms. I guess I ate too much yesterday. In the afternoon, my mom made Annie's organic white cheddar with shells, and I added a whole package of organic mushrooms that I'd sauteed in olive oil. And my mom and I had that for lunch. It was delicious. I didn't wind up making my soup, but I did wind up taking it all out of the freezer, mixing it all in the stock pot. So it cooked on low, so it wasn't even thought out. And I took it out Friday night, it still wasn't thawed. So I walked to the store and I got some cucumbers, some salad dressing, candy, and this weird movie that I didn't have to pay for. I used my credit, but still weird. I want to know. The ending shocked the shit out of me. I don't understand the movie, and I would like to understand it. So we are going to find out online tomorrow while our videos are uploading to YouTube. What's up? What other people have to say about this movie? Remember, for all I know, it could have 3 or 4 stars on IMDb. I just rented it because I saw it and it looked interesting. There was very little to choose from when I went today to Redbox. This particular Redbox was hardly anything to choose from. It interested me, so I'm going to do this weird movie. And now I need to do some research and find out what other people's interpretation of this movie was or is or whatnot, because I couldn't even give my interpretation of it. I have not one fucking clue in the universe what it was meant to represent. I guess maybe it's supposed to be some kind of metaphor, but perhaps somebody who read the book will, enlighten me. They won't know who I am if I go to Google search. I might be able to get at the answers I seek, I know there's so many mysteries in this life that we're never going to know, never going to solve, And I accept that. But I can't accept watching a movie and not fucking having a closure on it, not having one fucking clue what it was about or what its purpose was or, nothing. And I want to know. I want to know, baby. I want to know. Wish I hadn't even rented it. Could have not rented it and read a Maryland book this evening. Last evening. I could have done that instead. And the reason it's ending so late is because I stopped for quite some time in the middle of the movie. It wasn't even the middle, I had watched a little bit at the beginning, that was it. And I was reading my mother's Cosmo. Cosmo just focuses so much on sex. And Cosmo's always been that way. My mom got a subscription to Cosmo and to Marie Claire for just the price of Cosmo. And I was reading some of it. For old time's sake, I used to get Cosmo and I used to read it cover to cover when it came to the video. My poor cousin, she thought my mom wasn't talking to her, that Marion had convinced me. I got an email from my cousin. I hope I'm not excommunicated. I hope Marion didn't convince your mom. I hope your mom's not back with Marion. Marion didn't convince your mom to not talk to me. I'm like, oh my god, paranoid. I thought I was paranoid. No. My mom forgot her phone. She went to that place she goes to, and she forgot her phone, that's all. That's why she didn't call you back, cuz. Don't worry about it. My mama loves you. Don't worry about it. It's not one of the ACDCs, it's on my B3 player. It wasn't one of the songs my cousin had either. I got some good songs from my cousin. It was nice. I don't know, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. I wish I, rather than watching that weird movie, I wish I'd read my Marilyn book instead. And now I need to go to bed. You definitely should be happy you didn't watch that weird movie, Mama. But I'm going to do some exploring on the internet tomorrow. Find some people who've reviewed the movie and try to find somebody who can, shed some light onto what the fucking movie purpose was. What was it about? What was... I can't take it. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna find out. I will. I vow. This I vow. I am going to be as educated as I can possibly be on the nature of what this movie was. What was I missing? Did I miss something that somebody else got? Or is this movie just meant to be so ambiguous, so vague, and just to drive a person nuts? I'm hoping to find some kind of answer to that, because I don't get it. I'm thinking maybe someone who reviewed the movie actually read the book, and they'll do a spoiler alert, and I'll get to understand. But a spoiler alert still doesn't have you understand the movie. I can tell you right now how it ended, what its plot was, everything, and that still won't explain to you what was going on. I get very involved in movies. I want to know what the deal was with this movie. Unless it's just meant to be total metaphor, and you're not meant to understand it, just like Jesus spoke in parables, and or at least supposedly spoke in parables, if the Bible is to be believed. But that goes. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just saying that this movie was bizarre. I don't understand it. I would kind of like to understand it. So I'm going to find out what other people have to say. And with that, I bid you